Hey guys, welcome to our review of Mashin Sentai Kiramager. Episode, it's right in the title. This one's probably 9.
Man.
And, uh, as always, I'm your host, the Frozen Stratos, as my name says, in my background. And also these people are here. Say your names.
Yeah, this is the Cinder Blaze in my background.
And look, your Willy J. Cole, your Willy J. Bro is back!
Yeah.
How are you?
And I'm definitely in my room. This is definitely my Sentai DVD collection right here. This is
fine.
oh my yeah, beautiful spine art. I love it
Actually,
so much.
North, lick it right now.
Oh.
You dirty dude.
There we go.
You started
Yeah,
dominant.
guys, we got done watching this episode yesterday so that you guys can comment on it and we can talk about it in a review today. But before we talk about your guys' comments, let's just dive into our thoughts. And I thought it was a wonderful time. We're definitely heading into... this is only the first episode of it, but it definitely seemed a little more on the fillery side. Like, I understand that we are trying to develop characters and live in a status quo, and that's good enough for me for now, just because characters are fine. But it does seem like this is a bit more fillery than what we had before.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like the tone change is probably gonna hit this series a little bit harder than it has for the other ones, just because we've had at least for me, I've had a lot more positive feelings towards the show. I'm like, wow, look at like all the things they've hit. Like, we have good villains, we have good main characters. They're all getting like decent screen time, except for Pink because she doesn't count. And like then you kind of like look at the episode count, and you know that like within the next 5 or 6 episodes, there's gonna be another Ranger. Like, and the second that happens, like those 4 other Rangers on the team, just forget about them for like 20 episodes. They might come back here and there, but I feel like we're gonna be dealing with a whole different beast.
I hope they don't get thrown into the background because we've spent so much time building these guys up.
Yeah, but like Blue and Pink like already fit in the background so well.
That's
Like,
true.
like we've already established that like Red, Green, and Yellow are like the core team, and they're the
Yeah.
ones kind of palling around everywhere. And then Blue and Pink kind of like hop in a scene after the exposition and stuff, and then just like, oh hey guys, let's fight.
Yeah.
Well,
It's your
This particular episode, I was confused for a lot of it, if I'm honest.
oh, right, that's true. This was the one.
The whole premise of it revolved around that card game or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And,
Have motorcycles 0 out of 10.
I know, not even card games on motorcycles, 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
Would not recommend, but, like, maybe it's just that disconnect for me is like, it just kind of had me check out because, like, I was spending most of the episode trying to figure out how the heck that game worked.
I mean, so I think, and like this is me not knowing too much about the game, but I assume it goes something like, you have I'm guessing 2 similar decks. One of them is all split out. You got the announcer that with the other deck. They draw one. They start reading out the poem on there, and then you have to identify which card it is.
And you
Once
just
you've done
smack
that,
all of the cards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think that's it.
yeah.
But then you make a whole mess. How do you have one round and then have a second one quickly enough?
Right. It seems like a lot of, I don't know. It just seemed really weird.
Yeah.
It's definitely unique, because most Sentai episodes, that's like kind of a unique game they've had. I've never seen an
That's
episode like
true.
this in Sentai.
That's
Uh,
true.
I mean, like it's definitely been around. Like Hanafuda is like major in Japan.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean, I
not
guess
denying
there's a
it
whole
doesn't
school
exist.
about it.
Yeah.
Like, but Sentai, as far as we can tell, hasn't really touched
As
on
far
it.
as what I've seen, and also what I've seen might not necessarily be a lot. I've never seen this before, so, but I mean, that could just be my own ignorance, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, regardless, I mean, it's still pretty much hit all the notes of an episode like this. You know, Ranger has rivalry with this person they used to know. The person is unnecessarily hostile for whatever reason. Like, seriously, what was that? Bitch just comes up walking up to her, she's like, "Oh, I bet you're upset that I can beat you." It's like, where the fuck did you come from?
Yeah, like Senna's like always smiling, but like, damn, she just came out of nowhere, just
They're literally in the middle of a giant field, and bitch just comes off a hill, and she's like, "Oh, hi, Senna, I haven't seen you in forever. You fucking suck." Yeah.
and like that field was so empty. She was walking like in this totally empty stretch of road, and only saw her. And she was like, I'm gonna walk all the way over there and remind her.
Right, exactly.
But I mean, like, I do. It was a bit contrived. I'll give you that. But it was nice to see because like we only know positive things about these people, and then we were shown a little bit of their background before, but now we get to see. Oh, hey, these are actual people, and they have interpersonal connections with just others.
Yeah.
You know, like other people exist, and they're not like these perfect people who get along well with everyone.
Mhm.
Which I guess we saw interpersonal conflict, but not something like sort of outside, because they're like the best at what they do, like in their specific field.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see some pushback and see some wavering in some of her actual skill.
Yeah.
And I feel like we learned, or she learned from that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on top of that, like, I don't know. Again, I'm more a fan of some of the status quo-y stuff. And getting a little bit of that wasn't too difficult for me. And another thing, like, we're seeing Garza. He was in the background, but it feels like he was at the very least like testing his limits with his new calamentality.
Mhm.
I don't really know how to pronounce that. Calamentality?
Gala mentality. Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah. We're in California. We know it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like,
and then, oh, go ahead.
oh, I feel like it's fine for the first episode, but like he's obviously like super strong and can kind of like get rid of him at any moment,
Mhm.
And since they've already established like he kind of like hates Red, I kind of hope that they don't just push him to the side and stuff, because that would like really like sour like the momentum the show basically had
Yeah.
Mhm.
for this run. But
It
just
was key to like a lot of the bigger parts of me enjoying the show.
yeah. But I
Also,
don't know.
I'm glad. I don't know why. I'm sort of just glad that he's fine with all the dumb, kooky plans the red face dude comes up with, because like I don't know, he's not like an angry boss or anything. He knows he's trying at least.
I'm not even sure what like the authority system is for
Yeah, I'm still
them.
trying to figure out. I don't really get it, but I mean, you know, like if Garza is just going to be spending the next like few episodes, while we build up to Silver's debut, kind of learning a little bit more about his new abilities. I mean, that's fine. Um, obviously, I don't want him to like to fade into the background because they've done a good job in establishing his presence there and as like an actual threat. I don't want him to just disappear. But I mean, it's also a good time to get some episodes focusing on some of the other Rangers in the meantime, because I mean, especially given how this show might be, the direction the show might be going right now, just as of how everything is. Um, it's hard to say how the show's going to look. Um, it might cause like a very different format for this show that we're not used to seeing with the franchise.
Yeah.
And so, um, so these kind of things that we're talking about, where like red, green, and yellow are like the core three, and then blue and pink are just kind of there. They might work to the show's benefit later, because that might be a thing that they have to do, just to kind of break things up. But I mean, yeah, overall it was fine. I mean, I got nothing. You got some nice little bits about Senna, and I mean,
I think she's already tied with Hammy for like amount of like focus episodes. Like amount of like
yeah, because she
character,
only got 2, and now we're at 2 for her. So
yeah, so
we're even. I'm wondering if we can get past the 2.
yeah.
I sure hope so. That'd be nice. I mean, they have plenty of episodes, and they've done a really good job of pacing.
Yeah.
That's like one thing I've really enjoyed about the show is the pacing. They've done a really solid job with it, better than previous years. And I'm really hoping that's something they can keep up with. I understand they have their little filler territory, and that's just the nature of Sentai. But
like, what are you implying there? Like, are you saying that Lupat had awful pacing, with us never even finding out that?
Yeah, what are you talking about? It's great that they waited until episode 48 to have the Lupin Rangers finally reveal their identity.
They didn't, though.
Wait, what?
They didn't reveal their identity. I don't think so, right?
Oh, they found it out. They didn't
Really?
reveal, but they knew.
It was like episode
what are you
48.
talking about?
It was episode 48. They finally took off their mask, and it was like, oh, okay, next week's the last week. Okay, bye. But
what do you remember about? Never mind. But
what happened in that show? Nothing fucking happened.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, for shows that, normally for shows that hang around filler territory, I'm fine with, because they haven't really set up enough of like an overarching plot for me to care about. So it's fine to let them do what they do best, and that's filler and just being an entertaining show for half an hour. But now you've got us excited for like an interesting
plot.
Plot. And now that you've done that, I have expectations, and you have to follow through. You simply must. We cannot fall into this territory again. But
yeah, it's weird, because like I think we've gotten used to, like, when we see like a Sentai focus on filler and like the random garbage stuff, at least for like the last 2 Sentai, we're like, oh, thank goodness, because we know we can't trust Sentai with plot anymore.
No, we can't.
I don't know how long it's been since we've had a Sentai with like a decent plot, but now that they're kind of like focusing towards it, whatever. I think we're dwelling on this topic way too much.
That's true. Well, I'm cautiously optimistic, because we've been hurt before. And yeah. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to say before we head into the comments section?
I'm good.
All right, cool. So first comment comes from Double the Unknown. Double the Unknown says, this show is still a lot of fun. However, we are approaching the last few episodes before the quarantine efforts started to change the filming process. I hope the show can keep at its current pace, but if ever there were to be a reason for a Sentai series to enter the elongated filler arc, this is definitely the one. I will say, with the extra wrench thrown in now, I am willing to give this show a bit more of a pass on like maybe some not great character or story decisions, just because they now have to navigate Sentai is such a flying by the seat of your pants sort of show. Like, you have to improvise in so many different ways, and just throwing this extra wrench in might make this very tall house of cards come crumbling down. So if it's any amount of enjoyable after like the quarantine bits happen, like when we hit that quarantined area, I want to give it a little bit of a pass. That they're making something. They're putting out an effort. Like,
I mean, the good thing is, I mean, they have time to
they do
recoup from that, provided filming gets back on track at a reasonable time frame, and like the episode count and all that crap. But I mean, that's the good thing they have. They have the benefit of being a roughly 50 episode series. Most series don't get that luxury, so
Yeah.
they have time to just kind of trip, fall on their face, and then kind of get back up and start running again.
Sure. Yeah, I'm really hoping the show finds itself inside of this new challenge.
Mhm.
It's this strange stress test to put on Sentai.
Mhm.
Like, again, it's already got so many constraints around it. What we another one.
Right.
Yeah, honestly,
I don't know. Like, I'm curious. It might benefit it. So
it might. I
it
don't
might.
know.
So
I trust this series to deal with it a little bit better because Blue and Pink are already social distancing away from the rest of the cast. So, like, how much more do you have to do? And they're all wearing masks. Like, come on. We got one more.
Yeah, one more from Yuki Miyazaki. They say, despite me knowing jack nothing about Karuta, Karuta, this episode is fun regardless, if I know the context or not. And it's a good focus episode for Senna. How long will they keep up the good episode till we hit the plateau of staleness on Sentai? Garza is testing the water of his newfound Kala mentality, and I like that he let them control smog steam. Oh, come on, you gotta say it the fun way. Smog joki.
Smog joking, smog joking,
Yeah.
smog joking.
Just to give them another taste of the mech. Next episode is Blue Focus. Can't wait to see how many emotion he can make again. At some point, Cinder Blaze will make a butt tier list. That has yet to come to fruition, and I'm eagerly awaiting that day. But yeah,
Alright.
guys, that was it for your comments. Thank you for leaving them. We definitely appreciate it. And Will, thank you for joining on again. And waiting kind of long, because Michael's not here. We don't know where he is.
Oh no, man.
Yeah, we'll figure it out sometime. Guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
See ya.
Oh, you got a solid 2 words with it.
Hell yeah.
Good job.
That's all I say.
Oh, gross.
That's
Oh,
a mess.
so
It's all over the place.
it's like they took a flooded area, like a